Hey everybody, good morning. Back here at Dave's Garage at Dave's Garage 249. Thanks for joining me and taking a look at my video. Today I want to talk about the ongoing Mack Cruiseliner project. Got to the stage of painting the cab, and here's what happened was I picked TS50 blue, Tamiya color, and I thought I had enough paint in the can to get the cab done, and I just didn't. And as I was painting, I noticed it got spattery. So anyways, so what I did is I used that opportunity to make some corrections anyways, and I did some 600 grit around the cab and touched things up. And so now here's what's going to happen though. If I paint this and just go ahead and start putting the blue, these light spots, because I primered it with a real light primer, those are going to just continue to show through until I build up so much paint that you run the risk of losing detail. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reseal this cab, and I'll do that, and then in the next scene I will show you how I go about painting a cab, and then after that we'll probably go take a look at the rest of the model. So anyways, let me get started. So I just wanted to show you that what I do is I get the can kind of hot before I shoot. This makes atomization a lot better, and it raises the pressure inside the can, and I get a much better mist and finer coats, and it tends to flow better too. So that's step number one of my process, and there's the can of paint. So next thing I'll do is shoot it. Alright, covered it with a sealer, and everything's pretty nice and even. I tried not to get too heavy of a coat on because, like I said, you get too much on there and it starts losing detail and filling in things. So that's where we're at. So now it's a matter of letting it cure for a little bit before we start putting the paint on. So in the meantime, I thought I would come over here and show you where we're at on the rest of the model. Here's pretty much the completed chassis. I went ahead and put the grill on and put the hinges on now, and I've got them curing. They've been on there for 2 or 3 days, and my plan is to just set the cab down on and run a bead of glue around and set it down and let it dry that way, because I think the cab's going to be real heavy, and I just couldn't imagine trying to put those hinges in and installing everything with that heavy cab. I did the fuel tanks silver. This is not a super fancy rig, but Mack Cruisliners were a little bit more custom than the older standard trucks. The interior's pretty much done. It's really, unless you're contest modeling, spend a lot of time on the interior. Just I don't know, it doesn't you can't see in there very well anyway. So that's where we're at there. Steering wheel, still working on detailing that, and that will be about it. So we'll let that sealer cure over there, and then I'll spray paint the cab. All right, I've been gently warming up this can of paint. Now I'm going to give you some caution. You get one of these cans too hot and it could blow, so just don't ever unattend when you're heating up a can of paint. Stay right with it. What you want is you want it warm enough that when you go grab a hold of it, it's just about uncomfortable to touch. Right now, and also shake the can up frequently. So I'm going to try to do this and hold the camera in one hand. And what I do is I usually start down low, because that's the hardest place to Then I try to do corners next. So I'll do the top. So that way, if you do want to rub on it or something, you got a little extra paint. Now, I'll do the sides. And then the roof last. And then I'll hold on a second and let things kind of flash off and take a look around and see if I can spot any light spots or dark spots, because this is a darker color. And then maybe give her a good once this Tamiya paint is on and tacked up, it doesn't want to run too awful easy. So so that's about all there is to it. I think it's going to look all right. We'll come back and check in a few minutes, let it dry up and get it under some light and see if there's anything we need to do. And looks like it's going to be a decent paint job. All right, it feels like it's got a good skin on it now, so if any dust or dirt drops onto it, it'll wipe off. Let's just take it over here underneath some good light and just take a look and make sure we've got a pretty even coat. It's looking pretty good to me. I stuck some tape on top of this can to make sure that we didn't have like a shaky hand moment or something and have it fall off. So looks like it's going to be good. So at this point, the next step on finishing this model is going to be, I'm just going to put it right back in here. I think the paint gas is off a lot quicker in the paint booth. I know guys talk about using a dehydrator. Not sure exactly how that would work, but a lot of guys do it, so apparently it works pretty good. But I noticed that using this paint booth, the draft seems to flash off the paint a lot quicker than usual. So anyways, so that's painting the cab for this Mack Cruiseliner. And the next step will be to start detailing, and then clear coat over that. So in the end, I like to end my videos with showing something different besides just particular like one thing, only the model car, because in Dave's garage we do a lot of different things. So I've had my 68 Chevelle covered up for quite some time, and those of you that have seen the earlier videos saw that I have a will it start video from the middle of the winter. We started it up just to make sure everything was still good, and it's up on jack stands. And the reason why it's up on jack stands is because the car was probably built 22, 23 years ago, and the springs were just wore out. Has coilovers on all four corners, and if you leave the weight on the car, the newer, better springs, they tend to lose their boinginess. So I put the car up on jack stands during periods of storage. So when this thing's down on the ground, the front end is pretty low. It's got 21, 50, 33 Mickeys on the back, which are about as big as you can get. They're 33 diameter, 16 inches wide. Doesn't need them. Well, kind of needs them, but it's got a supercharged 671 blown big block Chevy. It's 502 cubic inches, been bored and stroked. It's got Proline 320 cylinder heads, which are serious cylinder heads on it. About less 8.7 to 1 compression. It runs unleaded premium. I run it on about 5 pounds of boost. We figure it's pushing right around 800 or so to the back tires. I could probably get away on unleaded premium with running maybe 10 pounds of boost, and that could result in close to 1,000 horsepower, but just let me tell you, this thing's insane on the street just as it is. You know, and now I've got a lot of drag racing experience, so there's people that, you know, oh, we don't think that car's that fast, blah, 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 blah. You know what? Show up to US 131 or one of the drag strips, and you're in my wheelhouse. I'll put the slicks on, and we'll kick the boost up, and we'll show you what a 9-second quarter mile looks like. So that sounds kind of braggy, but this car is savagely fast. The other day I took this one out, and this is supercharged 4.63 valve Roush car, and I haven't had a lot of time to drive it since I bought it, because I bought it just before Christmas, so it just came right in the garage and there it sat. So I did a little checkout cruise with this, and yeah, it's got all the 435 horsepower it's supposed to have. A little bit more calm than the Chevelle. Chevelle tends to use up a lot of road space. We've spent a lot of time resetting the suspension to get it to rotate and lift the front end and track straight, and the previous owners had just completely demolished the suspension as far as settings. They just set it so the tires didn't rub, and this didn't happen and that didn't happen, when if the suspension was set up correctly to start with, it'd be okay. But I'm telling you, when I first bought this car, I had to rebuild the engine, and after we took it out, this thing would have killed you in a heartbeat. It just a wild animal. So, but it's I'm pretty sure with a set of slicks on a sticky track, it'll probably pull the front tires and run right straight down the track. So anyways, that's all I have. Thanks for watching. A little longer video than normal, but I thought I'd do a little bit of a how-to today. And as always, thanks for watching my videos. And we're over 300 subscribers, which way more than I ever expected. Who am I? Just some guy that's playing out in his garage. I really appreciate the subscribers, and if you tickle that like button down below, like and subscribe. The next thing up is going to be some software and a laptop, and maybe I can make videos and put cute titles in and flashback scenes, and maybe spend some more time doing some more how-tos. And we'll be doing car shows here in the next 3 weeks. My knee surgery, I'm recovering beautifully, so as a matter of fact, I think I could get into this car right now if I wanted to. The problem is getting the leg up over that bar, but I don't think I'll have a problem doing it. That goes right in. So pretty sure that next week I'll be taking this thing out for a ride when the weather turns nice. So maybe I'll take you along with me. So anyways, thanks for watching, and have a good day. Thanks.